Hello my fellow animations and welcome back to another video. Now, for those of you who know me personally, you know that I have severe anxiety. I have social anxiety and I have generalized anxiety disorder, and I also have a sensory processing disorder, which makes everything fantastic. For those of you that don't know, you can click this iCard and be taken to a playlist of when I went to a partial hospitalization program for my anxiety. 2 days ago, I ordered some new fidget toys from Amazon, and so I'm going to show them to you guys. This first thing, can you see, is called Hedgehog finger rings, and it's a pack of 10 spiky sensory finger rings. I've never had these before. I've had Tangled toys, I've had wooden blocks that I play with all the time, except I have destroyed about 3 of them. These look so fantastic. Look at them! And so you take it out and it's like, it sort of looks like a little spring. And it's stretchy. And so you can put it on your finger and just sort of roll it around and play with it. I think that this is kind of similar to a worry stone. I have some of those that I have also since lost. I think I really like this. Ooh, it's very pleasing. Since I have a sensory processing disorder, I go into sensory overload a lot. And because of my anxiety, I'm always moving because I have way too much energy inside of me. And so sometimes using little toys like this can be grounding. So you just kind of roll it back and forth on your fingers, and it's a little bit spiky. I guess that's why it's called a hedgehog finger ring, because it's spiky like a hedgehog. And I think I really like this, and I'm very excited that it is a pack of 10, because I will lose these. The next thing that I have, it's called Snap and Click, and I think that it's pretty similar to the blocks that I use. Yeah, ooh, this is fun. And so you kind of just... Ooh, it unclips. And you just kind of just roll with it. So I think these are probably real similar to my blocks, except these are made of plastic and not wood. And I don't know if that will make them last longer or not. These make a little bit of noise, so the Hedgehog toys are really helpful to have in class because they don't make any noise and they can provide some stimulation for you if you need it, and provide a distraction or a fidget if you need that. These make less sound than my blocks, so these will definitely be making their way into my backpack. And also this was a pack of 4, which is also fantastic. The last thing in this first set, I think I bought 3 sets of things, so you will see me in different outfits. I just got home from the gym, and I drove home from the gym, and my anxiety has been really high all day. I went to the psychiatrist today and we switched my meds around some, so hopefully that will be helpful. But I also have severe anxiety with driving. I've had my permit for 3 years, and I just drove home from my gymnastics gym for the first time, so that's a big deal. The next thing, it just says stress reducer, 1 roller chain, 1 flippy chain, 6 customizable colors for flippy chain. It looks like this. And now we open it. It's in a little box. This is cute. It says, "Thank you for being our customer." And then it has the warranty. If you're not fully satisfied, da 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 da. I can't remember what was in each of them. Ooh. Oh yes, I think I was excited for this. So I will link to Alex's channel in the description. Alex is someone who I met at VidCon, and one day when I had forgotten my blocks, they let me use one of their little fidget toys, and it was a metal ring thing that you could bend in and out and pull, and it was real exciting. And so I searched for metal fidget toys on Amazon, and it came up with this little thing, which it kind of just fiddles inside of itself. So I'm excited about it. It can't do nearly as much as what Alex's did, but this is just another little thing that you can play with. And it's got different colored bands that you can put onto it. So this one is blue right now, but you can change the color. And then It's also got this little chain, which similar to the Hedgehog toy. It kind of just goes like this. Oh look, who's calling me? It's Jess. I don't have my headphones in, hang on. I'm also in the middle of filming a video, so I'm gonna have to pause that. Hello. Yes, I did! It's Jess saying that I drove home and I'm very excited. Say hi to the internet. Oh wait, you're in my headphones. Say hi to the internet.
Hi, internet.
Yes. Okay, hello. I don't know how much of that FaceTime I'm going to include, but Jess was congratulating me on driving home because it's a big deal. So yes, these are my new fun things that I have to play and fidget with. And I shall be making another video, I think, tomorrow if the rest of them come in. And I shall let you guys know what I think about them. As always. Nope, I can't do the as always thanks for watching because this is just going to continue. Hello there, and welcome back to the video that I started filming in August about the different fidget toys and sensory toys that I use. I am going to show you some more, as well as give you a review of the ones that I have been using for the past few months. So the way that I bring them around, instead of just throwing them into my backpack or putting them in my pockets or whatever, is I've attached them to my water bottle. And so I've got a whole bunch of them. I have a smooth tangle toy that is on here now. I have the fidget blocks that I showed you in the beginning, and then I've got a few others that I shall introduce to you. So I was correct in thinking that I would like this one. I use it a lot like my blocks, and I sort of just make it into a line, but like a bent line, and then once I get it all the way up so that it's completely looking like this, I like to put my hand here and straighten it all out at once because it's a very satisfying feeling. I didn't talk about Tangle toys in the last video, or perhaps I did, but I mentioned that I didn't really like them. I have since purchased a set of 3 textured Tangle toys, and I really enjoy them, but the thing that I did is I broke them completely apart and I put them together in my own way, sort of like I did with these also, because I changed the colors around. So I'll show you this one's textures. So there's one that's kind of bumpy, one that's a smoother bumpy, then I have a few of the smooth ones. And so I just interspersed it with textures and smooth ones, because the regular textured ones only had about 6 textured pieces, and this one's got 12. So this is longer than a regular one. But I still like to use it, and I don't know, it's a delightful feeling. I try not to break it apart as much, because that's what I had done to this one, and I had completely destroyed it in maybe 2 weeks, not even. Because it comes apart, but I had got some of them stuck inside of this bit, so the little knob got stuck in them. And so I used some of the extra smooth pieces, so these clear ones didn't come with this Tangle toy. But I put them on here to make it go back to more of a regular size because I had destroyed this one so much. So I have this one, which is relatively smooth. Well, this one is smooth, I lied. This one, which is mostly other textures. And then I've got one more that I meant to pick up. It's over there. That is one of the original ones that's sort of half textured and half smoothed. And I tend to name my fidget toys because I think it's easier to say, hey, have you seen Simon? Then, do you know where my little link chain thing is? It's kind of green, maybe this big. And so I did show you that one last time. It was in part of the unboxing bit. This one that I opened up in the earlier half of this video, I've named him Simon. And I like to put him on my fingers and just roll him around like this. And then I also like to hold it and sort of just, and then I also throw it back and forth. I like this one. I brought it to my gymnastics gym a lot while I was coaching this summer because it's an easy thing to just fiddle around with. When I was actually coaching, I obviously had to put it down because I do not want to accidentally throw this at anybody. But one that I really like, more than I thought I would, is the little hedgehog ring. I have named him Sonic accordingly, and I like to put him on my pinky. And since it's sort of metalish, I like to be able to clench my fist, and it digs into my skin a little bit, so it reminds me, hey, be alert, be alert. and I especially like to use it when I'm driving because I get extremely anxious while driving. And it's a nice little thing because I can push it against the steering wheel and it sort of helps me focus more instead of just being lost in anxiety world. And so I've also done gymnastics with Sonic on my finger because it doesn't necessarily slip off. I haven't done real gymnastics, but I've done some, like I'll do front tucks with him on me, or if I'm just doing some dancey passes on beam or on floor, something that it won't necessarily get in the way, but it's still nice to be able to have and use while doing other things. Then there's this one, and this is what I was trying to buy earlier in the summer after VidCon when Alex had lent me their fidget toy. This is very similar to what it is. And so it opens up like this, and you can, it's really cool. I don't have, like, you can put it into all different shape things, and then you bend it out and you put it like this, and so it's very neat, and it's just sort of a fun one to play with in class, and it's not loud, and so it is very inconspicuous. If you keep it under your desk, people won't really be able to see it, although I tend to have my stuff above my desk because I'm just moving with them all the time. But of late, I've had several people come up to me and say, "Hey Nowhalle, I really like watching you use your fidget toys or your sensory toys." And the way I interpret it is it's sort of like an ASMR for the eyes, so I'll just be fiddling around with it in class while completely paying attention, and I guess it might be distracting for other students, but we are in college, and so they've figured out their own ways to focus at this point. I got this little container from IKEA, and it is where I keep all of my fidget things. So these are the other two blocky pairs that came with this one, who I have named Herman, because the one that is orange and yellow, I believe, I named Tweedledee, and I call this one his brother, and so brother in Spanish is hermano, and so this one is called Herman because hermano starts with H-E-R-M-A. So it looks like Herman. And then I called these ones the cousins. Cousins is primos. I haven't really used these ones yet, and so I haven't needed to call them anything. Then I have 3 sets of blocks. These ones I call Tweedledum because they are very large and they make a lot of noise, and so it's dumb to try and use them in class. I've got 3 different size blocks because these ones here are shorter, and then I have my original blocks, which very fittingly I have misplaced because I misplace them all the time. These ones haven't got a name, they're just my middle ground blocks that I use when I can't find my regular ones, which I literally just call my blocks because I've had them for over 2 years now, and so I'm like, hey, have you seen my blocks? And people know what I'm talking about now. I also have been gifted a little mini Rubik's Cube on a keychain, and it doesn't move around very well, but I'm assuming the more I play with it, the more it'll use itself. And learning to use a Rubik's Cube is one of the things that I would like to learn. I want to know how to solve a Rubik's Cube. So that is on my list of things to figure out how to do, just like how this summer I tried to teach myself to juggle. Also, I have this block. This is what I was waiting for in the mail before. I have called it Andromeda, and it's called an infinity cube, and it just keeps folding and folding and folding. And now I don't usually bring this one to class. It's just sort of something that I like to have fun with by myself, like when I'm studying or something in my room. And it's kind of noisy, but it was blue space. Oopsies. And so I call it Andromeda. Then there was this little flippy chain, and I really don't know what to do with it. I thought I would get more use out of it since it was small, but I don't because I'm very klutzy. I drop my things all the time. I've accidentally thrown my blocks across the room. Yeah, so I don't really know what to do with this. And then I've got my extra Hedgehog rings in the bottom of my bin. I am very shocked that I haven't lost Sonic yet. I let some of my kids play with him at camp this summer, and some of them lovingly lost him underneath of the trampoline, and so I had to crawl under there after work to go get it. But that's alright. So now I'm putting them back in here, except the ones that go on my water bottle. And I find these to be extremely effective at helping me because I have a lot of energy all the time. Well, I mean, I don't know, excess energy or something. And so I like to keep moving. And being able to just fiddle around with things in class is very calming for me, because otherwise I would be shaking and tapping and freaking out a bit. And so I like to have things that are a little bit less noticeable to play with, and so I choose what fidget toys I should bring to class accordingly. And then it's nice that I can just clip them onto here. There's one more thing that I wanted to show you guys, because as I was searching for this flowerish looking one, I had no idea how to go about searching for this. I'm going to go into my Amazon history and I will put the links for each of these things in the description so that you guys can find them if you'd like to order them. I found this thing. I don't really know what it is, but it is extremely satisfying because as soon as you open it up, it turns into a giant sphere. And so it just kind of goes up and down, and you can make it go onto, onto your other hand, and then go down your other arm, and it feels so nice. And then you just collapse it back. And this is not something I would bring to class. It's something that I, again, just use if I'm sitting around the apartment or whatever, which, by the way, welcome to my housing arrangement for this year. I am in an apartment with 2 girls, 2 other girls, and my kitty. I don't know where kitty is right now. So I can show you that later. But if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. You can comment below which of these things are your favorite to play with, or if you use fidget toys, if you have any recommendations of what I should use, and just, I don't know, whatever you'd like. Let's start a conversation. And as always, thanks for watching.